The four number one seeds in the women's tournament, projected that is, according to our CBS Sports bracketologist, Connor Grohl, are no surprise. UConn, who was one win away from winning another Big East tournament title, the Big Ten champs, UCLA, followed by Texas and South Carolina, who went at it for the SEC title on Sunday. Longhorns won wire-to-wire, racing out to a 14-0 lead. With that, we welcome in CBS Sports college basketball analyst Erica Ayala for our championship week recap for the women. And let's start in the SEC, Erica, where Texas just completely dominated, eviscerated the Gamecocks from the very opening whistle, 78-61. Both of them are locks for one seeds. But when you think about Texas, what do you see different from this team from a year ago?
Well, this is a team that, and they said this post-game, right? They came into this like it was a must-win for a lot of different reasons. They have gotten, beaten by South Carolina in the last handful of years, even when they were toe-to-toe in the regular season. We know Vic Schaefer has talked a lot about having to play at South Carolina. He doesn't like it when his team doesn't get favorable results in brackets, and I think we'll get into that a little bit. But all that chip on your shoulder, having South Carolina be toe-to-toe with you for so long, to finally get a win and to have it be in a title game, this was huge for the Longhorns. They knew they wanted to go out, execute, get this win, and that's exactly what they did.
So they got this win again. They were able to get inside the paint, force a ton of turnovers on South Carolina, something you don't usually see. Quickly, though, for South Carolina, how do you feel if you're a Gamecocks fan after watching this performance?
You have to just flush it. Again, for all of the things that I said about Texas and why they wanted this win, South Carolina has to realize that this is a Texas team that has been laser focused on them. They were able to outplay them, and you flush it. You move on. The SEC is one of the conferences that we're expecting will send multiple teams, so they will obviously have a chance in the NCAA tournament. They've been there before, done that before. You have to flush this, but similarly to what Texas likely has been doing, you watch film, you get ready for that next time so you can get your leg back, just like the Longhorns got theirs.
The good news for South Carolina is the last time they lost the SEC tournament title game in 2022 to Kentucky, they went on to win the national title. So obviously they're hoping the same script happens here in 2026. In the Big Ten title game, right here on CBS, Erica, we saw UCLA just put the smackdown on Iowa. I mean, they won by 51 points, and Iowa is not a bad team. They won by 51. So they are a one seed, UCLA that is, but how much confidence do you have in them to win it all after what they showed on Sunday?
The confidence continues to grow. If you look at some of the statistics, if we look at assists to turnover ratio, we look at field goal percentage, and more, UCLA is second in the nation only to UConn in all of those categories. This is a team that they got to the Final Four the first time in NCAA play that the Bruins got to the Final Four, made history, but then fell short in that Final Four run, and they are playing with joy. I mean, we've seen some of the basketball players get down on the court doing a little dance, and they're playing light, they're playing fun, they're playing free, but they're also focused, and that's what we saw. They were able to turn over Iowa. They didn't even need Lauren Betts to play 30 some odd minutes. She wasn't one of the top scorers, but was one of multiple Bruins to get double digits in this game. It's a more balanced attack from UCLA, and Corey Close and her squad are looking really good this year, Chris.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why is because of their transfer, Gianna Neepkins. She's been a huge addition to the squad, especially when you're talking about spacing the floor. Now, in the ACC, out in Georgia, we got an overtime thriller between Duke and Louisville. The Blue Devils come out on top, 70-65. And one, Erica, it's amazing how much Kara Lawson's team has flipped the script in the ACC after a brutal showing in the non-con. But two, they are now projected to be a 2 seed. So how do you see them going forward into March?
This is a Duke squad that I think they're gaining confidence. When Kara Lawson took over the Duke team, they knew they were all about defense, and really they kind of had to be. But now we see that this is a Duke team that not only can stifle teams, but they can beat teams, and they can do so offensively. I loved what we saw from them, Chris, from the three-point range. That's not always been part of the bag for these Blue Devils, but that's what got them back into this game, because it wasn't looking looking too pretty early in the game. For a little bit there, Louisville really had things in control. And then it was that perimeter shooting, being able to stretch the defense, that got Duke back into it. So I think that makes them a little more versatile than we've seen in tournaments past.
Yeah, Riley Nelson, she hit some huge threes to keep this Duke team in it and then eventually win it. So, yeah, very excited to see what they do in the March Madness tournament. Now, in the Big 12, West Virginia getting their lick back over TCU for the conference title after the Horned Frogs swept them in the regular season. You know, West Virginia is not a explosive team on offense, right? They hang their hats on defense. When you look out at their chances for the big dance, what stands out to you about this team?
Well, it's defense, and because of their defensive focus, they also can be a team that if you don't take care of the ball, that's how they'll find their offense. Now, we look at this Big 12 championship game, an offensively anemic game, but that's fine. West Virginia is okay to play that game. But what they can also do is they can frustrate you, they can speed you up. And we also saw that TCU Olivia Miles got into foul trouble early. And that is a good combination, that quickness, that speed. We, of course, saw what Jordan Harrison can do, Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12, but also dropped 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists to lead that team. And I think that's what they can do. West Virginia is a really great disruptor. Yes, that's driven by their defense, but that's not only their defense.
Very well said, Eric Ayala. Always appreciate talking ball with you. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, so here are the odds to win the national title, and UConn is the favorite. That's not shocking whatsoever. Then UCLA, Texas, of course, that big win over South Carolina playing a role at plus 700, and South Carolina at plus 1,200.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.